Herb Dean should be completely fired from ever reffing again because this dude just, for whatever reason, just keeps letting people get illegally headshots back on their opponents. And obviously, this happened recently with Alex Pereira and UFC Freedom 250, and now it happened again, but this time it's happened with Fili against Vinicius Oliveira. So let's just read this, all right? So Herb Dean has once again found himself under fire after his officiating at UFC Vegas 119. This past Saturday, the premier MMA promotion returned to the confines of the Apex for UFC Vegas 119 after their historic event at the White House last weekend, which it was pretty fun. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. The event was headlined by a flyweight clash between Manel Kopp and Kyoji Horiguchi, in which Kopp came from behind. Pause to score the win. However, it was another incident involving Herb Dean, which was subsequently stolen the headlines because, of course, it did. Wait. Yeah, what am I? Alex Pereira calls out Herb Dean again for his role in UFC Vegas 119 stoppage. In Alex Pereira's title fight against Cyril Gane at UFC Freedom 250, the Brazilian accused Gane of hitting him in the back of the head several times. It's not an accusation; it actually happened. Like you could actually see him. You could actually see Gane as he landed that right hand that dropped Pereira. Gane just unleashed some like punishing shots to the back of the head. You know, hammer fist, elbows. Like it was brutal, man, and it was clear as day. And Herb Dean, despite being the ref and knowing the rules, he just let it go, and everyone, even though everyone saw it. So I don't know what the hell he's even doing, but let me just finish. After reacting to his loss, Poatan called for Dean to be punished for his role in the fight, stating that the veteran referee should be banned from refereeing in the sport. And honestly, dude, at this point, I think he should. I don't care how much of a veteran he is. I don't care how much he's done for the sport. Honestly, Herb Dean is like, he's like the Joe Rogan of refereeing. Like he just does so much stupid things to the point where like fans notice, but the UFC doesn't really care, So man, like Herb Dean as of recently, he's been so sloppy with his stoppages and like with the calls he's been making. Like or lack thereof, because he didn't even like attempt to try and address the headshots after the Gane fight and even this one. So to continue, Pereira went on to state that from now on he will be making sure he requests that Herb Dean doesn't officiate his fights. Honestly, 100%, I would do that for sure. And now, just a week on from the incident, Dean has once again found himself embroiled in controversy as he was the third man in the octagon for Fili versus Vinicius Oliveira, which ended in a similar way. In the second round of their featherweight clash, Oliveira hurt Fili with some huge shots to the body, then dropping him with what looked like a few illegal elbows to the back of the head. Once again, Dean didn't step in and stop the fight. Instead, he allowed the fight to run its course, and Oliveira was awarded the finish. After the matter, when Fili was leaving the cage, he went over to complain to Herb Dean. And that is when the referee attempted to explain his decision to the UFC star, while also showing him replays and liaising with commission officials. We need to retire this rep, Pereira said when reposting the video of the finishing sequence in his Instagram story. At this point, it seems unlikely that Dean will be punished in any way, as he received continued support from pundits and commissioners despite his mistakes. Yeah, that's called favoritism. And honestly, man, I honestly support the whole action against Herb Dean. I mean, Pereira is calling it out, Fili's calling out, and look, bro, it's so clear. Like you can see it in full time when the action happens. Look at this. So this is the Fili Oliveira fight. Now look as mind you, so Andre Fili just is already hurt. So what does Vinicius Oliveira do to finish the fight, to put the final touch on it? Look what he does. Back of the headshots, back of the headshots, back of the headshots, back of the headshots. And look. You can clearly see that Fili is bleeding in the back. You can clearly see, and this is Herb Dean, explained it. This was after the Oliveira, the Pereira loss to Gane, when he explained himself. Honestly, man, like, the fact that this happened again, like, you shouldn't be talking. Honestly, look, you can clearly see that the dude is bleeding, and my gosh, man, like, and Pereira's pointing out too that it's extremely dangerous, and this is the aftermath. Look, these are the pictures that Oliveira, I don't know why I keep saying Oliveira, Pereira posted after the Gane fight, where you can clearly see some bumps that he got after the finish from Gane. And of course, you can see it right here. Like, you could go watch the video. Like, it's literally, like, it's there. Like, you could see Gane land at like 10 elbows or headshots, hammer fists, to the back of the head against Pereira. And yes, I know, like, Gane hurt him initially with a right hand that dropped him, but the shots to the head were ultimately, like, what made the finish, even more, dangerous. And even though I knew that Gane had the advantage, I knew he had the potential to win, which he did. Winning like that, man, and knowing Gane, dude, oh my gosh, dude, I freaking can't stand Gane. Knowing Gane being the serial cheater that he is, we can't just let that go. And Herb Dean was the one that let it go, for sure. And this is just this is ridiculous. From Pereira to Fili, and again, this is not the first time that Herb Dean has called some ridiculous stoppages. Like, there are a bunch of other examples out there. Like, the guy is just out of his element. I don't know what happened to him, but, like, honestly, I don't know if it's the age that's catching up to him. I don't know if he's just exhausted. I don't know what it is, but he really should retire. Just like how Joe Rogan should retire, man. Like, this is not even fun. Like, this is not fun. Like, I know people are screaming Mario Yamazaki, but this is actually dangerous, honestly. And Herb Dean, like, if you're gonna make it clear to the fighters about the rules, whether it be the grabbing of the fence and the eye gouging and the back of the head shots, like, at least like actually address it, man. Like, come on. Like, this is something we can't let happen. If we're not going to have referees, like, actually follow their own protocols, then they should be out, because Herb Dean has not been doing that. And as of recently, he has not been. So, Herb Dean, man, he has been slacking lately. I really do think he should just retire, like, let it go. We have some other, referees in the business. Like, we're doing pretty good right now. So, I don't really think anyone's gonna be missing him that much, especially with actions like this. It's not something that should be continuing from here on out. So, Herb Dean, being a I don't even know what's been happening with him, but it's pretty clear as day that he's not the same guy he once was in his prime when he was refereeing in the early days. But now it's over, man. He needs to just call it, because if I see one more stoppage from Herb Dean and it has to involve back of the head shots and he doesn't address it, he just lets it be, then I'm gonna be frustrated, dude. Because Pereira was bad enough. Like, it was bad. But now that he did it again, it's like, okay, dude, like, you need to, like, call it off. You need to call it, all right? Call it a career.